Now, y'all, what it is, y'all? It's your boy Ant Jones. It's ramen noodle time. It is, but also at the same time, I'm about to get a little deep. About to get a little personal. So, if you want to know a little bit more about your boy Ant Jones, tune in. Keep listening. Anyways, hold on. Let me, hopefully I move the comments over. So, when I started doing music November 23rd, 2008. That was the day I met Busy Bone for Bone Thugs and Harmony. Chill. I made good music. And I love music my whole life, so I'm like, man, I met Busy Bone, I met Twista, I met all my favorites. Maybe I should do music. Did music, made good music. When I got prescribed Adderall, one of the first songs I ever wrote was Good Morning. Since then, Good Morning has been the biggest, most respected song of mine. And I felt like that was all because of Adderall and caffeine and working out, blah, blah, blah. But I thought Adderall was the biggest reason why I wrote that song. So anyways, I got prescribed it back in 2012. Everything was all good for a year. Everything worked out perfectly. 2013, I was still taking it as prescribed and shit. Not overtaking it back then. Things were starting to get rough with my relationship and shit. I got on antidepressants. So once me and my ex broke up in 2014, and then my grandma died, I made a choice. Addiction has been in my family. I made a choice. I'm like, man, I drink all the time, but there's so many negatives when it comes to drinking. With the Adderall, I was able to get my GED, motivate myself to start working out, going to the gym, lost 70 pounds in like 4 months. I'm like, I was waiting, I was choosing like what path I should take. Should I take the Adderall or alcohol? I remember it was like a day or two after my grandma died. I made this choice. I still got the bottle too. This was the bottle that I bought the night my grandma died. And the next night, I drank so much. It was a good night. Anyways, but I made a choice. I said, if I overtake Adderall, like I did my research, I seen not too many people died from it. I'm like, you know what? I think this will be a safer addiction. Like, if I have an addiction, let it be with Adderall. So I made that choice. I've been addicted to caffeine my whole life. When I started overtaking it, I noticed I started getting super fucking tired. I was always getting tired, but I was getting really tired. So, I started having more caffeine. About after 2015, I highly doubt my ex is gonna watch this. I'm being too real. Even though me and my ex broke up in 2014, we kind of stayed fucking around until 2015. After we stopped fucking around, After July 2015, I remember it like. Anyways, um, that's when I started really overtaking the Adderall and bumped up the caffeine. 2018, that was one of, man, yeah, that was, other than 2014, me and my ex breaking up and losing my grandma, 2018 is probably the worst year of my life. It was the most Adderall I've ever taken, most caffeine I ever took. It was, a lot of shit was bad. I've never had anxiety before. But taking the Adderall, I've noticed everything. Like, I noticed how certain medications affect me. I noticed how caffeine affects me. Because back then I didn't know how caffeine affected me. I noticed how lights affect me. How it is in the daytime. Like, if it's hot outside, if it's a beautiful day, I get a whole bunch of shit done. I write my most music when it's a beautiful sunny day. If it's a rainy day and all that shit, I never get motivated to do anything. Anyways, I learned that a lot of stuff affects me. So, I learned that I had anxiety. And I still stayed on the antidepressants. And since 2018 was such a bad year, I do have to say, in the middle of 2019, I also found out that, like, my mom was on drugs and drinking when she was pregnant with me. I didn't notice before, but I found out in 2019 that I got fetal alcohol syndrome. I did not think that I would ever have that. I thought people were super noticeable that had that. I didn't know I had it. So that raised my anxiety even more. But anyways, I said I need to get my mental health and shit under control. I need to figure something out. So that's why I was going to start my weight loss last year, but I got into a relationship and fuck that bitch. So I couldn't start everything. But I'm like, alright, fine. 2021. I'm going to push my weight loss and my mental health. I'm going to focus on my mental health in between March and July. The reason why I chose March, because my ex, who I was in love with, Miss AD, her birthday is March 19th. So that's why that's when I started my weight loss. I said in between March 19th and July 14th, I'm going to learn everything there is to learn about myself. I'm going to lose weight. I will be 240 or less by July 14th. And I will have mostly everything else in my life under control. So far, everything is going really good. Physically, oh my fucking God. I thought I lost 7 pounds. I lost 16 or 17 motherfucking pounds. I've been working out, but I haven't been working out that much. Like, nigga, I am so motherfucking happy for that shit. Mentally, I'm doing better than I was. I still don't have my Adderall and caffeine usage under control, but I've been recording my patterns. Every single time I take the Adderall, I time myself. Like, I, on the clock app, on the clock app, that's another thing. When I take it and overtake it, I can only focus on one thing at a time. So on this clock app, it's backwards to y'all. Basically, I record whenever I take the Adderall. Mostly whenever I record, it's usually 30 milligrams. So far, that's how much I've taken. 90 milligrams today. And I've had about 500 milligrams of caffeine. So yeah. Anyways. I've been recording my patterns. I've been learning from my patterns. And from that, I've actually lowered how much I've usually taken. Like I said, like back in 2018, I was taking 120 milligrams within 24 hours every fucking day. Yeah, I don't take that much no more. And the reason why I do that is to stay focused and stop slacking and all blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so like I said, I've been getting myself in order, paying attention to how I do shit, and I feel like when I start working out more, focusing on my weight loss and controlling things like whether I'm off the meds or on the meds, I feel like with the weight loss and shit, it will help out a lot more. So by July 14th, my plan is to never take more than 60 milligrams within 24 hours. That's my plan. The reason why that's my plan is because I believe that is, well, for one, I feel like that is the maximum prescribed dose. But personally, also at the same time, I feel like I don't need more than 60 milligrams. But I'm still taking more than that. But I feel like I don't actually need more than that to keep myself on track to do what I need to do during the daytime. When I'm off my meds, I don't pay attention to shit. I mostly don't remember shit. I don't care about shit. I don't focus on nothing. All I do is act a fucking nut. Y'all see, like, I don't go live when I take my meds. I don't like going live because I feel like I'm too focused in my thoughts. And I hate stuttering. I hate pausing. And that's where my anxiety kicks in. I feel like I keep doing that unless I'm drinking. When I drink, I don't stutter that much. That's why I feel like I'm good enough to do this shit right here. But I'm not that drunk right now. But I felt like it's time for me to start doing these videos because I have a lot of people hitting me up, thanking me for how open I've been with my struggles. My struggles, I've made myself have a struggle. I've made myself go through this. This addiction, I chose. I do believe addiction is a choice. I chose to be addicted to this because I like it. When I take the Adderall and the caffeine and I work out and I have headphones on, it's better than sex, motherfucker. Like, it is an orgasm in my head. That's why I always have headphones on. When I hear music, it hits me in a certain way. I feel amazing. Like, while I'm on the meds, I don't care if I hear somebody died. If I'm listening to the music, I will be happy. But I can almost promise you, if it wasn't for Adderall, I probably would have taken my life. I probably would have committed suicide in 2014. So, I feel like Adderall has saved my life, but I also feel like I need to get it under control before I lose my life. I don't want to lose my life to my addiction. I want to learn from it. I want to help other people out. But I can't help nobody out if I can't help myself. Once I help myself, once I control that, then I'm going to focus on helping everybody. So yeah, that's why I don't really try to talk about it that much. But yeah, if this helps somebody, hey, it's a plus. But I want to do more than just this. I'm going to do this like under control. Right now, my anxiety is like, oh, I'm pushing through that motherfucker right now. Like I said, before Adderall, I never had anxiety. I didn't know what the fuck that was. All my anxiety is, it comes from a substance. I don't have anxiety if I have no substance in me. When I have, because I've gone like 3 weeks, almost a month without taking anything. If I have a lot of caffeine, I don't have no anxiety. It's only when I take my antidepressants and my Adderall when the anxiety kicks in. So, chill. I feel like I covered everything I wanted to cover. I told myself don't get off topic. I was on topic, but I want to make sure I covered everything. Another part of the anxiety is not like looking in the camera, not looking. If you see me in person and I'm not talking to you and making eye contact like this, it's because I'm on my meds. I feel like when somebody's talking to me and I'm listening, I feel like I'm staring too hard or looking at them too hard for some reason. So I always like look somewhere else. I learned that Vietnamese people actually don't look you in the eyes when you're talking to them. I learned that from my friend Tran. So I think that's another reason why I don't look at people when the anxiety kicks in. I feel like, hey, Vietnamese people do that. I could do it too. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I said what I need to say, I think. So, if this is a positive for motherfuckers, thank God. If it ain't, and you hate on a nigga, guess what? I got a dick right here. You want to see it? Too bad. Fuck you. Suck it. Suck it. If you don't like what I'm doing, fuck you. Do something about it. Yeah, you won't do nothing. If anybody else have anxiety, this last thing I'll say before I end it. This is what I do to combat anxiety. And I do mean it, but I feel like even if you didn't mean it, it will still help. If you feel anxiety is kicking in, let it kick in. But then be like, okay, all right then, anxiety, what the fuck you gonna do? All right, do something then. I feel you, anxiety. You here? Do something. Not doing nothing. Anxiety is all in your mind. Control your mind. You will control your anxiety. That's how I feel. If you can't control it, get mad at it. Do like. I mean, if you're one of the people that like kind of talk to yourself inside your head, be like, what the fuck you gonna do, anxiety? What? All right, I'm anxious right now. What? Just like do that. Get mad at your anxiety. Believe it or not, I feel like it will help out a little bit. It will go away. I don't know. That it works for me. If I get too anxious, I get mad. If I get too scared of anything, I get mad. I ain't scared of shit. I'll step in the ring with Mike Tyson, Francis Ngannou. Even though those are the two scariest motherfuckers alive, I will step in the ring with them. Worst that can happen, you get knocked out. You're going to sleep, but you most likely will wake back up. If not, I feel like when you die, you don't know it. When you die, I feel like when you die, you go to, like, it's like you're going to sleep. You never know what position you're laying in when you fall asleep. No matter how many times you try to figure out what position you were laying in when you fell asleep, you most likely can't remember. I've tried to figure that shit out. I can never pinpoint how I was laying when I fell asleep. I have a thought, but I can't pinpoint it. Anyways, going off topic. Hopefully, this helped you. If not, get over it. Bye. It's noodle time, nigga. Aunt Jones.